Welcome to Golden Chat, where we provide straight talk. Each week, we deliver great insights on senior living. I'm your host, Stella, with your co hosts, Lana and Pedro. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone.
So, a little bit of senior living. Senior living ranges from independent, supportive, assisted, and at times nursing home. They're locations or facilities that offer coordinated or assisted services with personal care needs. So, let's just get into the topic of today. How can I offer private? How can I afford private financing on an assisted living facility? So we had a person that called in. His name was Dr. Monroe. So good afternoon, Dr. Monroe. I hope you're on and listening today. And he wants to invest. He's ready to invest in a senior living project, and he really wants to just get down to the meat and potatoes. He's willing to do a cash ignition, and he just wants to start with. He needs all the information. So why would a person want to invest? And who are those individuals? So let's start with you, Stella. Tell us a little bit on that, so we can give Dr. Monroe what he needs to make a sound decision, if all possible.
Yes, so
You know, the,
people sorry I'm just I was just thinking, people want to diversify their portfolio. We're talking here about people who want to be the bank, basically. Just to clarify that bit first, we're not referring about people who want to invest in real estate to own it. We're referring to people who want to invest in real estate, don't be burdened with the property, but still derive investment and return from the property. So
Mhm.
we're really now looking at how can I become the bank, and how
mhm.
can I look at the assets and offer an opportunity to someone out there, which is a healthcare professional, to have and operate a facility as well as me making profits. That's who we're talking about.
Got you. So in the case of Dr. Monroe, then there's obviously there's major benefits. Um, would you share on a few of what those could be for an individual that is a potential investor?
Well, it's kind of like going back to what Stella said. When you're looking at being a private investor, your benefit is going to be a positive income. You want to diversify so that you can have a positive income. And people that are interested in that a lot of times are your clinicians. And when I say clinicians, that are people that are in the healthcare industry that take care of people's health, whether that's a nurse, doctor, physical or occupational therapist. And a lot of people want to diversify their portfolio too that are retirees. So when you look at the people that are potentially interested, like Dr. Monroe, they are people that are potentially in that industry or retirees that are able to take that money and be a private lender. And like Stella said, not really in the real estate aspect per se, but in the business of diversifying. So in creating that positive income.
Yeah, and when you look at who, on the other side, who do they lend the money to? Because we're talking about assisted living, I would just want to make it clear that we're talking about operators. So
Mhm.
basically, somebody like you, Lana, somebody like you, Pedro, who is looking to expand their portfolio as well in terms of assisted living. You want to be on your first, on your second, on your third, fourth, fifth assisted living, and then at some point you would need to get to somebody like them to get private lending on your facility. So when you are the person, the lender, when you serve as bank, we're talking here operators. You look at somebody who has enough experience, like Lana and Pedro. They have they're healthcare professional. They have like Pedro 15 years of experience. Lana is a nurse. So you want to talk, you want to lend your money to somebody who know what they're doing, because you want your money to be productive. You want your money to actually serve you. So the who on both sides is covered. So we know who is lending, and and we know who is borrowing as well.
Correct.
Got you. So it's fair to say that, you know, it seems like it's a safe move if all the bullets are checked off in the case of Dr. Monroe, correct?
Yeah, it's a safe move for many reasons. Because the loan that you're going to provide is going to be backed up by real estate. You're really looking at the asset-based lending. So you're looking at offering somebody a loan and a mortgage on a real estate property. And I would recommend that you start with something small. In the case of residential facilities, you have like 5 to 6 residents. It looks like it's a single family home in a regular neighborhood. It looks like a regular house. So it's a very low risk profile to start
Hmm.
with that. And to
Right.
start, as I said before, with people who have prior experience and who have other facilities. So they are not trying on your facility or trying on a facility that you're lending money to. And Lana,
Gotcha.
you have some experience with that as well, a little bit, I believe.
Yeah, correct. And as we were talking about private lending, I am actually a beneficiary of a mortgage loan. So, I had an investor that is taking on the mortgage note. So, as an operator, that's huge because, they know this is a stable business, and there are opportunities for operators to find that lending, whether, as we're talking about today, it's private investors or someone truly just holding that note, which I have benefited from, and other operators could do so as well. You know what my motto is? Where there's a will, there's a way. And if you truly
That's
want
good.
to do this business and you like this business, you can, either be that private lender or you could be that operator, and merging together in partnership, because it is truly an amazing business. And I know one thing, I love it tremendously. And there's a lot of opportunities for private lenders out there. And I think people are very interested.
And then Pedro,
So,
you were mentioning benefits. I just want to continue answering your question, because that's the key question.
right.
Basically, so when you're the private lender, the benefits for you there is you don't hold the real estate. So basically, you're not the one paying for property tax. You're not the one paying for repairs. You're not the one paying for maintenance and all
Right.
that. So you, like the bank, you hold the note. You're the first person that the operators are going to pay, regardless of how, in what condition, what state the business is. They have to pay their mortgage, their loan. So for you, the benefits are, because most of them may not be able to get a loan from the bank, is being able to have a higher interest rate. So we're not talking about anything crazy, but we're talking about something that would be above what the bank would get. And this is something that would need to be determined between you and the operators. The
Right.
other advantage for you is to, from the very beginning, to have somebody who is going not only to buy the house, but who is going to rehab the house, because they have to make some adjustment to the house. So
Right.
your home already have value in the fact that it's going to be renovated. So it's not your
Right.
home per se, it's the home you're lending
Of
to.
course.
They're going to take care of it. So you have that as well, knowing that if anything happens when they go in, let's say the business doesn't, because we never know. We know that when you're going to have to resell, to take the property back and resell it, it's going to have that added value in it, because it's going to be equipped, it's going to be rehabbed. So for you, that's another benefit that you want to really consider.
Got you. Well, that sounds like some great information. Dr. Monroe, I hope that's helping you out. But let's get down to the last piece on the aspects of the house, right? So, the next, I guess that's the final step, right? How do you put all this together? So you have the operator, you have an investor, they're coming together. What are that final steps, and what does that tend to look like?
So you said right. You have the two parties now. What you need in between then is a contract. It's a loan agreement and a promissory note. So this is going to be drafted by an attorney. a real estate attorney in that case, because we're talking about real estate private lending. And this is very important. There's two parts. You want your attorney to be able to advise you on the negotiating part, as well as what are the clauses that you should be putting in. And for you to understand, it works the same way as with a bank. So your note is going to be recorded against the property. So you are safe, and that if anything arises, then the property can be, you be the first lender on the property to recover your money if something should happen. So now what we can say as well is how to find a good attorney, a good real estate attorney. This is something where you want to ask them whether they've done that in the past, or you can just contact us and ask us to refer your list of attorneys that we know have done that and can help you as well.
And also we offer a webinar if you're considering being a private lender, looking into the assisted living facility business, senior business, group homes, independent homes. We offer a webinar which gets into more specifics regarding the legal aspect of the loan contracts, promissory note, and other aspects regarding the real estate. So at the end of our podcast, there is a link that you can go register at and join us on those webinars. They're very informative, and we're here to help and answer any questions that you possibly may have. We, just like Dr. Monroe, those very great. He's considering being a private lender, and there's a lot of good experienced operators that are also looking for that private lender. So we're here to help you in any way possible. So feel free to contact us.
So that should appear on the screen, and you can visit us at easierlivingforyou.com or call us at 407-794-7277. And we love emails. So email us at hello@easierlivingforyou.com.
Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Dr. Monroe, for that comment and question. We appreciate it.
See you next week
at 12:45 p.m. on Golden Chat.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.